And I said to him, it depends on what you said to me.
Hey.
You know, if you
why
came
I
up to me and said something obnoxious, no, I would not have responded to you.
Right.
If you said something to me respectful, I don't care what you're wearing, I would have responded to you. Okay?
Right.
And then you know, he's like, he didn't believe me. He thought that because of the jacket and the hat to the side and that I would have immediately rejected him. And I said, you know, it's very difficult, and I have to think about that because I know me, and I know that I have days where I just don't want to be bothered. I don't. And I wouldn't go any further past the jacket, and it's hard to admit that.
Yeah.
But I have to believe that deep down, if there is respect in the approach, I don't care what you're wearing. And I certainly don't care what you make, because it has nothing to do with me at that point. You know?
Right.
So it was a very interesting conversation, and I found myself having to answer some difficult questions and admit some difficult things.
I think that's what we have to do. We have to kind of be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, would I really
Yeah.
give you the time of day if you got on some Timbs?
Right.
What if your English is not as polished?
Right.
You know, and there are some things, I think what came out of the conversation is there's really no right or wrong answer. I'm just trying to find out where the expectations lie. You know, one of the things that came up was, do you hang in with a guy who doesn't have it all together yet?
Hey.
Do you stay with him, or do you abandon him for a dude that has it all together?
Yeah.
Whether or not sisters abandon us in the process. And for brothers, that's a very hurtful thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we want a lady who didn't just arrive when my money got tight.
Hey.
You know,
Right.
I want to know that you were there when my money was funny, and you
not
know,
right.
I couldn't, and not right, you know, so that you can appreciate where we are. And a lot of times I think we're abandoned through that.
That's right. I'm saying, you know, from grits to gravy. I mean, you know,
That's
you're my
right.
lady. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
You know, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you know, I'm going to be open and honest, and I'll tell you that there have been times when I was dealing with people, and they said that I was too worldly for them, and that they needed to have someone who was saved and was doing this and doing that. Well, I wasn't going to church. I hadn't been to church in 12 years and things like that. And the minute they kicked me to the curb, you know, a shift came in my life, and you know, I went to Tab Nation at the time, and next thing I know, I joined the church, and I got, you know, I recommitted my life to Christ, and next thing you know, he just started working with me. I love the Lord. I love going to church, and that person said, "Oh man, I gave up on you too quick."
That's right. That's
but you
right.
know what? You can't judge anybody. That's the thing. You
But
you can get a feeling.
But see, Mike, here's the deal. You saved, right? You love God, but look at you.
Right.
You got your hat down. You know, I was looking at you, and you got your hat down, your glasses on, right? Because there's something in us that would view differently a brother like this than Jamal Boyd. He came in, red tie, power suit.
Right.
You know what I mean? A very articulate brother. But then I had a brother with just a shirt, some shoes, equally articulate.
Yeah.
And I think what has to happen is we have to have some real dialogue, you know, because the sister gave up on you too soon, abandoned the process, missed a good dude because of these managing, not this inability to manage our expectations.
And these predefined concepts of what it should look like.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And it's not always going to look like that.
That's right.
Kind of a totally different topic, but it's the same feeling that women get when, I remember vividly, on a Sunday afternoon, going across the street. I had just worked out. I was sweaty. I smelled bad. I just needed to run across the street really quick. I'm just trying to say, I was working out, okay? Went across the street. I had to get something, and I walked in. Nobody looked at me twice, okay? Went home, got ready for the program. So I'm obviously dressed up. Went back to the same store.
Everybody
wants to say, "Hey, Shorty, what's up? What's going on, Shorty?" I'm like, I'm the exact same woman that I was an hour ago, you know? But you were looking at me and you're thinking one thing, I'm the same person.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Does it come down, well, you know what though, I mean, here's the thing. Presentation does matter because we're visual people,
Beings,
some
right.
of us. So, I mean, I can't totally fault people from relying on their sense of sight, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, come on, it's got to go further than that, because anybody can go get their hair cut, nails done, buy some clean clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
And still
But,
be trash on the
hey,
inside.
That's where we need to really, again, is managing these expectations. What brother's gonna make you happy? Clearly, a sister who has a doctorate degree is going to have problems communicating with a dude that didn't finish 6th grade. So it is a preference. You know, it's what works, but you have to be honest in your dialogue. This is what I require from a man who's going to be with me. This is what I require from a woman that's going to be with me. And I think once you open up the dialogue, man, one of the brothers says something, Mike, and he almost got stoned in there. Whoa. That brother almost got, they said, what? All the women said, what? And so I put my finger up, I left. I'm the moderator.
Right.
Because it was about to get heated. But what happened was the dialogue was substantive.
Okay.
All that I tried to accomplish was creating some sense of balance, you know, around this article, because a lot of sisters say, I want this, I want this,
Right.
I want this, I want this.
Yeah.
And the question becomes whether or not this mind-made man is realistic.
All right.
Is he realistic? He can't have no kids, no baby mamas. He can't, you know, he can't ever have had a parking ticket, all of these things.
Okay.
And then you try to figure out why you by yourself. Well, you by yourself because that man doesn't exist.
Exactly.
He doesn't exist. So it has to become about priorities, what I really want for my life, and those kinds of things. I'm not demoting what a man should be.
Right.
I'm just saying let's be realistic about what your expectations are.
That's awesome. Listen, Dr. Donald,
Yes, sir.
you brought it tonight.
Sure
Oh, man,
did.
thank you for
As we
man.
knew you would. Listen,
My man.
I want you to, you already said it, so they heard you when you said it, that you'll come back. So,
Oh, most definitely.
Shauna, we want to have him back, right?
We'd like to have you back.
I would love to come back.
Anytime.
And can I shout out all my Facebook family, man?
Yeah.
Facebook family.
Shout 'em
you
out.
know, Facebook family, hit me at Facebook, Dr. Donald Morton, Facebook, Dr. Donald Morton. And also our website is perfectedlife.org. You can reach my Facebook, my Twitter, my blog, all of that. I'm going to holler at you any way I can holler at you. And so that we can real talk. So thank you
I
guys.
swear
for having
Facebook
me
should
on.
pay us, because
That's
every
right.
week, every month, we're just like, and Facebook.
And before we go to break, I want to give a special shout out to, this is to Bishop Aretha Morton, who is celebrating, what, the 90th year
90
anniversary?
years, I believe.
At Tabernacle Full Gospel Fellowship Church, right? And I'm going to tell you, that's my baby. I don't care what nobody say. There would be no me without her. So just bear in mind that is the truth. And we are going to break, and we shall continue with more from In the Upper Room.